Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh, everybody. This is Preacher Moss, your host, and you are a part officially of the Shout Out Show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank people that come for the first time, as well. I want to thank people that have returned to the show. As you know, I'm always grateful. This day is going to be a little bit of a kickback. I know we've covered some serious topics, creativity in the age of COVID, Marvin Gaye. We did yesterday. We did relax, breathe, succeed. These are all pertinent things, but every once in a while, you just got to have a little laugh. You just have to get it out of your system. And before I get too far gone, I want to give a special shout out to two guys, my little brothers. One is Johnny L. Thomas. He always checks in on the show. And I also want to give a shout out to one of my dear brothers, and that is Azim Muhammad. Azim Muhammad, who's out there in Raleigh right now. And special shout out to his family in St. Louis. So I've been thinking about something that's interesting that people are not doing, and that's thinking back in the day. We are so worried about what's going on in front of us, what the world is going to be. Sometimes you can't appreciate, like back in the day. Like, so what are some of the back in the day things that you remember? Like, I'll start off, and maybe you can get into the comments and add. I can remember back in the day, we had a real president. I had to throw that out. Shout out to anybody that knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say a real president. Okay. Listen, I don't know where they got this dude, but I hope you kept your receipt and you can send him back. Donald Trump, brothers and sisters, reminds me of something my grandfather said to me when he was really upset and I had screwed up. He said something to me, and I want you to catch the tenor of what I'm saying. My grandfather said to me, "Boy, you're so dumb, you can't do wrong right." He said, "You're so dumb, you can't do wrong right." It hurt me as a child when I heard that. But every time I see Donald Trump get up in a leadership position, that's what I feel. What's up, beloved? Shout out my brother Azim, man. Thank you for tuning in. And the thing that's even more troubling is the people that are following behind. What's going on later? I see you made it. Thank you, sister. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I find that people that follow this behavior, I am generally, and I'm not a racist, okay, but I am generally worried about the condition of my white brothers and sisters here in the United States, because we all can remember when you were a kid, they say, "What you want to be when you grow up?" And everybody said the president. You can't find 10 black kids that say that now. They'd be like, "No, I make it do what it do. I'm not going to take that job on." My point is, perception is everything. And I'm calling this back in the day Wednesday, because back in the day you had some things. It was called rules, it was called ethics, it was called code, it was called character. Those things seem to just gone out of the window lately. I mean, gone out of the window. And I'm trying to be sympathetic, but it's hard. It's hard to be sympathetic. Like back in the day, you could say exactly what you wanted to say without having to pay for somebody else's counseling. Remember that? Like kids were back in the day, like you could look at a kid and go, "You know what? You ain't gonna make it." And it was okay. There was no psychologist. There were no social workers. I'm just saying, look, that's all. Back in the day, I'm gonna give you one right here. Azim, back in the day, we had occasion shoes, church shoes, and outside shoes. And you better not get them mixed up. In fact, shout out. How many black kids out there almost lost their life because they didn't want to eat a particular vegetable? Mine was okra. My grandmother actually said, "Boy, you're going to eat this okra." Now, I told her I didn't like okra coming out the womb, so I definitely don't like it now that I'm 6 years old. My grandmother said, "You're going to eat this okra or you're going to have to go talk to Jesus." And I was like, "Wow." And why do old folks, when they threaten you with the Lord? What is that about? "Oh, I'm finna to send you to the upper room." I thought it was upstairs. She's talking about the upper room. I didn't know that. But I'm like, you got to clarify that. And we had simple things in our houses. A round of applause, man. Show some love. How many of y'all grew up in a house We had a picture of Martin Luther King on one side and a picture of Jesus on the other side, and they both be looking at each other. They both be looking at you like, those were the days. How many times now you go to a church and they don't even have fans anymore because everybody got AC, they have central air. Man, whatever happened to churches that didn't have central air? I miss the days of going to church and sweating into almost a heat stroke trying to get closer to my Lord. What about the days when people got up in the choir and you knew they couldn't sing, but you let them sing anyway? Shout out to those people. It takes a lot of courage to go out and do what you know you can't do, and you actually don't do it. That's a lot of love. Got another shout out. And the Kennedys. That's right. Azim is correct. A picture of the Kennedys. What's going on, brother Danny? Assalamu alaikum, brother. This is back in the day Wednesday. I started out by saying, I remember back in the day we had a real president. Danny, you got to top that. I got some here. Back in the day we had occasion shoes. Layla, don't sit there. I know you got some good back in the days. I know you got some good back in the days. All right. Well, I know I'm going to get some from Layla. I got a good back in the day. When a black man didn't know what the answer to a question is, his response was, "Show up." Remember that? I'd be like, "Hey, granddaddy, can you? I don't know where I'm going. Can you get my right hand?" Or he'd be like, "I don't have to show up." I'm like, that's love. That's what we're missing. That sense of community these days. How many of y'all remember going to church and suffering because the reverend was a poor communicator? My mother's church was First Baptist Church of Glen in Glendale, in Glen Arden, Maryland. And I'm here to tell you, Reverend John Johnson was a nice man, but he was a horrible communicator. He was a horrible communicator. Like, if you are a reverend and you can't hum correctly, you should give it up. Let the choir do what they need to do. I miss those days. I remember when I became Muslim and I walked into a masjid for the first time and I ain't see no chairs. I was like, oh, y'all ain't set up. I went back downstairs and started taking chairs upstairs. And people were like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, where the people going to sit? They're like, you're going to sit on the floor. I said, who's going to sit on the floor? For real, that was me. And then I didn't want to sit on the floor. So I went and sat in the section where they have chairs. But evidently there is an age limit, an age requirement to sit on those chairs. You must be evidently about 115 years old to sit in this section of chairs. Because when I sat down, the brothers were looking at me and I was like, what's going on? And he was like, you look kind of young. I was like, nah. He was like, no, you can't sit here. And I'm like, I'm going to sit here. And the brother's telling me, it's for the old people. I said, well, you're going to make an amendment now because it's for the people that don't want to sit on the floor. Because I had on some fly jeans. But you know how that goes. I miss church, man. I miss church. Sometimes I go back just to see people fall out, get the Holy Ghost, and oh, bam, I love that. That's theater. We go to masjid, it's good, but it's quiet. It's about 2 decibels above being in a Catholic service. But I will say this about the masjid. It doesn't matter what time a person comes to the masjid. Well, when Juma starts, if Juma was at 1 o'clock and it ends at 2, you're going to have somebody come in at 1:59.5 seconds and walk up to the front of the masjid trying to make sunnah. I'm like, what is that? Is there a rule for that? It should be a hadith. It should be a hadith called Mayo, you late rule. I don't know. I'm going to make one up. That's the one I love the most. Talk about back in the day, man. Remember bikes? Remember bikes with remember the 5-speed? Has anyone seen a 5-speed in the last 35 years? The 5-speed with the gear shift down on the thing. It wasn't on the handlebars. It was like you had the gear shift. Y'all remember that? Okay, maybe not. That's me. Shout out for the 5-speed bike. I haven't seen a 5-speed bike in years. And shout out, God bless it. Some of my mams, they've been around a long time. I give them credit. Some of the mams got cook bars on 8-track. That's how long they've been around. But my point is, even more so. It's just the fact that things were a lot simpler. I mean, we're talking about when you had dial tones. We're talking about remember there was a busy signal and that was it. So when somebody called you, that was it. If you didn't get in, that was it. So if somebody accidentally knocked the phone off the hook, you have to send somebody over the house to make sure they're home. They're like, hey, Miss Johnson, y'all there? We've been calling you. Remember that? I'm playing that. Remember when people borrowed sugar? Oh, the green machine. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. The green machine. I'm gonna take y'all back. I'm gonna take you back. Muslims. Can you remember the first time you walked in your house and they were cooking chitlins? That's the smell of death. That's the smell of death. I don't know, Allah creates everything, and I would never ever question Allah. But I would inquire about the creation of chitlins, though. I don't even know how you can eat them. You can't even get close enough to them. Just washing them and they stink. How you gonna cook them? I mean, people put hot sauce on it. You need to put soap on them because they stink. But here's a back in the day that we should all think about. Back in the day in the mid 1960s, we got the opportunity to vote. We fought for it. It was a push for it. Hold on a minute, people. My mother's calling. She don't call here. Hold on a minute. Hey, Mom, what's going on? I'm on the show right now. Okay, I love you. I'll call you back. All right, sound like I'm gonna say something. You know, your mama and your daddy, whatever habits they had around, I don't know, maybe when they were around 60, 61, they're gonna keep those habits to the day Allah call them home. And God bless them, man. I think sometimes as children we try to change our parents. We want to mold them into something. Leave them be, because that's our link to the past. We talk about parents today. I don't even know about parents today. I see some things that are just the most ridiculous thing. I see parents. They remember back in the day when your parents weren't your friends. Remember that they weren't your buddies. Remember back in the day. This is a good back in the day. I would definitely do that, JT. I'm gonna shout out right here. She can watch the show a little bit later. That's my other brother, Johnny L. Thomas, out of Milwaukee. Stay safe, man. They be making black people go vote in the middle of COVID-19. I said, boy, they don't want a black man to win. But here, my point is talking about parents back in the day. There were things that we didn't really do back in the day. Like, remember when your parents got older, your grandma got older? You know where they stayed? They stayed in your house. Remember that? We ain't know nothing about retirement homes, retirement communities. Hey, big mama here, big mama staying in the house. I miss grandmas that walk around with their the house coats on at 3 in the afternoon and fuzzy slippers and stockings that don't roll all the way up. I miss that. You know why? Because that's an honest person. They were not concerned with cosmetics. They were concerned with, I'm going over here to live my life and deal with my babies. You know what I miss? I miss parents that will whoop you in public. I haven't seen a good whooping in public in a long time. I think it was 3 years ago. Oh yeah, I remember it was on the subway. I think I talked about it, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun one because the lady was talking to her son, but the son was like 32 years old. He just wouldn't listen. So I only tuned in because I thought this could be educational, and I used to. I got to put this up. Back in the day, when your parents, yes, sent you to go buy cigarettes and they would give them to you. All right, man. Thank you, Jabril. Jabril's out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Jabril, thank you, man. That's a classic one. Hey, what about this one? Remember back in the day when you would go to the corner store and they would have those eggs in a big jar, and they sat there for like I don't know, 5, 10 years, and nobody ever bought them, but they just stood there. Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, remember your grandparent who would call you by a different name and you had to answer. You know what? A lot of people don't know this. I'll share this with you because we're all family now. Preacher is not my first nickname. Just so you guys know that. Preacher is not my first nickname. My first nickname was given to me by my grandfather. The nickname was Bad News. So I was known as Bad News Moss. Let me give you a story behind it. When my grandfather got older and he retired, I was still fairly young around him. So his thing was he always wanted to be informed. So he would watch the news and he would he liked to read the paper. Only problem with my granddad reading the paper, the fact was he was illiterate. So I had to fill the void of reading the paper. So you had to think I'm some 6-year-old kid reading the Washington Post. And he would sit and listen to me stumble through everything. I mean, big words that a 6, 7-year-old kid shouldn't be reading, like fiscal report, intercontinental ballistic missile, stuff like that, right? I would finish it, and all he heard after he finished me read, he just felt like I've been giving him bad news. So summarily, my nickname became Bad News. I'm lucky I'm not in therapy right now. Can you imagine? You get off the bus, your grandfather at the top of the hill talking to these people, and you hear this, here come bad news. Oh, I hated it. But what can you do? Grandfather gave it to you, you had to stick it out. But I mean, he was an old school dude. Yo, here's a throwback. Anybody that remembers this one, I think I'm gonna have to give you a prize. Y'all remember Bowie knives? Remember the Bowie knife? First of all, it was about this thick, and it took forever to pull it out because it had a hook in it. Remember, like, and it had a hook in it. Like the inside was sharp, the outside was dull. Bowie knives. Yo, here's a back in the day. Black television. Black television. Brother Yusuf, she called you what? Granny called me Delali. Are you down south? Delali is a down south name. Is that correct? Tell the truth. All right. I am Jesus Christ. Hello. All right. All right, Jesus Christ. Martin Luther King will be here in a minute. Can't have you guys separated. Okay. So listen. Let's talk about music. Who are some of your favorite back in the day singers? We're talking this back in the day. Who you best song? All right, so okay, and don't give me the ones that are just, we know Al Green and Bill Withers. I'm talking about some of the guys maybe had one hit, like Wildflower or some of the, okay, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right, I'm gonna throw some people out. I'm gonna throw some folks out. I was watching Sinbad Summer Jam on YouTube, and here's something I didn't know that was that bad live. Stephanie Mills. Tell me your favorite Stephanie Mills song. Put it in the comment. Oh, okay. Ella Fitzgerald is no joke. Don't talk about her. Ella Fitzgerald. No, but hey, you said what you doing listening to Michael Frank? Boy, you Muslim. No, I'm just kidding. Rainy Night in Tokyo, When Sly Calls, Popsicle Toes, and Bad Jams. The OJs. Now, Jibril always gets to meet the people like these folks. So the OJs, what song? What's your favorite song, Jibril? Let me know. Taste of Honey, Boogie Oogie Oogie. Oh, that's it. That's a winner, Yusuf. Something to make you way you make me feel. Okay. I want to go old back. What's your favorite Whisper song? Because the Whisper's been around for a long time. The Whispers have been around for a long time. I saw them on I know this is wrong. I saw them on the Sinbad thing, and one Whisper had been taking care of himself. He was in shape, and the other Whisper was like 50 pounds overweight, and they were twins. So that was bad. Woo, okay, all right. All right, putting a rush on me. All right. Brandy, you know, the Mother's Day show, I played Sadie by the Spinners. So, you know, I'm trying to do the thing. Okay, JT, you going with Gregory Abbott? You're right. He did have one hit. Let me shake you down. Stairway to Heaven, Rock Steady. Okay, all right. Let's go with groups. Let's go with some groups. We got the OJs, Olivia. Oh, Yusuf. Why you go there, man? Olivia, that's a cold-blooded song, man. That song right there make a pimp cry. I'm crying with the pimps at the bus stop. They go Olivia right there. Look, Rock Steady, yes. See, Jabril, you ain't got to rub it in, man. Azim, let me hear you, man. Who else? Azim got some groups, boy. Okay, I'm gonna give you one from DC. Okay, it's not all the way back in the day, but it's back in the day for me. Because I grew up with go-go music. EU, Experience Unlimited. They did the butt back in the day. Y'all remember the butt? Man, what you know about Steve Harrington? I thought he had 2 hits. You said I thought he had 2. You told me he only had 1. Okay, here he goes. Okay, Jabril, you didn't give me a whisper song, though. Layla, let me hear from Sister Layla. I'm going to throw something out here. I hope I mess y'all up. You ready? Give me your favorite Phyllis Hyman song. Oh, there you go. That's a tough one right there, Yusuf. You bought one right there. I'm going to give you some credit. What is hip? You're still a young man. Oh, that's cold-blooded. How many people remember, wait for it, Chuck Brown? There you go. Man, when Chuck Brown passed away, I cried like a newborn, boy. Chuck Brown been around a long time. Johnny Kemp only had one hit. What was it? Friday Night. Just got paid. Yes, indeed. All right, how many of y'all remember this one? We're going to slow it down a little bit. How many of y'all remember Angela Bofield? Ooh. I had a record of Angela Bofield and Phyllis Hyman. Tell me I wasn't in love. That's what I'm talking about. Who we got? Bet you by golly, wow. Okay, all right. No, we got some. I got y'all. Wind me up, Chuck. Man, come on, boy. Don't play like that. My favorite then was Chuck Brown doing There I Go. Pretty baby, you are the soul that smash my control. Booty's Move for Love. There you go. Now you got even a little singing today. I said Angie Bofield, We're going back in the day. We're going to back it up. Back in the day for music, Tina Marie. Now look at here. I know a lot of brothers don't want to say it, but a whole lot of brothers were in love with Tina Marie. Okay, yeah, there you go. Got Phyllis Hyman. And she was cold-blooded, man. She's cold-blooded. Back in the day, jazz, smooth jazz. Who y'all got? Let me hear you. I'm going with Grover Washington. I'm going with George Howard. I'm going with Stanley Clarke. Oh, bam. Pieces of a Dream. I win. It's a wrap. Pieces of a Dream. Remember? Remember that? Popcorn, something. Pieces of a Dream. Yes. Fire and Desire. Rick James. Okay. Rick James. All right. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, who can name? Oh, there you go. Bob James, Boney James. Bob James is a beast, you know, and he was a beast. How about this one? The Crusaders. Somebody tell me a member who was in the Crusaders, who's not Wilton Felder. I think I got you. Okay, cool. Listen, I got one more. If anybody can name this song, when I come on tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a prize. How many people remember the group Bohannon? Bohannon. Give me another group with a B. Bohannon. Barcades. Brick. Hey, this is my main man right here, Mustafa Abdurrahman. Hey, man, you know this brother keeps everything operating at the masjid. I mean, he's that's my homie right there. Hey, man, and give my best to your wife. Oh, wait a minute. Oh man, JT, you putting our business out. Listen, people, I got fired from a gig opening for David Sanborn because I used to play a horn during my act, and they heard me practicing, and they came and they said you can't play the horn, and I was kind of upset. And we get on the elevator. JT, you know, he was like acting like my manager, so he'd have to pay to get in. So we're on the elevator. They said hold the door. His manager, David Sanborn, his manager get on, and I've only seen this guy on record covers, and I'm looking at him, people, and he's like 5'8", but like 5 inches of that 8 is just all head. And I remember looking at JT, and I looked at him and I said, dang, you had a big head. I thought I said it with my inside voice. I actually said it with my outside voice. Thus, I got fired. All right, man. Bart Cage, you love give me the Holy Ghost. Man, Yusuf, are you sure you Muslim, man? You supposed to burn them records, brother. Jabril, BT Express. Yes. Remember Blackbirds? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hey, I need that A-track, Mustafa. I want Fatback. The duotones. Okay. Give me one cold instrumental from back in the day. One cold instrumental from back in the day. One cold instrumental. We're running out of time, folks. I'm going to give it to you. You can agree or disagree. JT, we did stay in heckle. But anyway, I got one. One of the coldest soundtracks ever put together was by Isaac Hayes, soundtrack to Shaft. If you didn't get hyped when you heard Shaft, come on. Something deep in your soul was broken. It needed mending and healing. Oh, this right here. Okay, all right. Man, okay, I can't mess with Trouble, man. All right. No, that was a soundtrack, but it wasn't instrumental. Coolie High, I have that one. I'm trying to figure. Oh, that's that. Man, we got some old people up in the comments today. I believe, man, you know what? Those are some of the best periods of music ever. So listen, I got to get off. You know, I try and keep the show short. Thank you for playing along with me. Okay, I got a debate here, brother Yusuf. I might come at you about Trouble, man, because you know something. Okay, now Mustafa, you can't put Prince in there. Now Prince, bad man. We talking about back in the day. Back in the day, you stopped at 88, 84. We going back in the day. You need something in the 70s. Ooh, Porgy and Bess by Miles. Yeah, that's a bad album. Bitches Brew is a bad album too. Look, I got to get out of here, man. Y'all been tremendous. Thank you for supporting the Shout Out Show. Thank you for going back on this Wednesday with me. I appreciate you. Tomorrow will be another show. Until then, stay blessed. Remember, Allah is God. Love you guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Preacher Moss, Shout Out Show.